Hello YouTube, Jojo here, and welcome to my first video in quite some time. I'm sorry for the big delay guys, I've just been kind of busy with various other things. But I'm back now. I'm hoping to get back to my usual schedule of about a video a week. So, since I'm just getting back into video creation, I thought it'd be a good idea to go back to basics. So today I'm going to be talking about why you shouldn't swap out the default weapons for the Vanu sovereignty as a new player. The three weapons I'm going to be talking about are the Orion LMG, the Pulsar VS1, and the Solstice carbine. Some of you may have noticed that I've chosen to neglect the Spectre from this list, and as to why, if you've ever used the Spectre, I think that's all you need to know. So as far as how the structure of this video is going to go, I'm going to be going over how they compare to other weapons in their category, and I'm going to be just explaining why I personally think there's no point buying a new gun at an early rank, especially with these guns. So the first weapon to talk about is of course the Orion. For those of you that do not know, the Orion is the default LMG to Vanu Heavy Assault. If you're looking for a more in-depth review of this weapon, I have actually made one, and you can click on that right now. It's quite an old video, but I still think that it's very relevant. Upon comparing the Orion to other competitors within the Vanu LMG category, you'll notice that as far as close quarters are concerned, it absolutely dominates the competition. The Orion is one of, if not the best, close quarters LMG in the entire game. However, as range is increasing, especially after about mid-range, you're going to notice that the Orion's high first shot recoil multiplier and low damage per bullet are really going to hurt it in longer range firefight. Luckily for the Orion, it, especially to new players, can compensate for this lack of range with absolute dominance in close quarters. Its high rate of fire combined with its 0.75 times aim down sight movement multiplier cause it to absolutely ruin the competition as far as close quarters are concerned, and it is for this reason that I can thoroughly recommend sticking with the Orion. Not only does it dominate in close quarters and mid ranges, but with the money you save not buying a new gun, you'll be able to upgrade your heavy assault even more and turn yourself from a meager guy with a new gun to an absolute beast in combat. The next weapon is of course the Pulsar VS1. No, I haven't made a review on this, however Kamikaze78 has made an excellent review and you can click on the screen right now to watch that. Comparing the Pulsar VS1 to other weapons in its category, it's very middle of the road. It's not particularly dominant in long ranges, it's not particularly dominant in close quarters, but it's good at both. It lacks the high damage and low rate of fire of other long range weapons, however it does have very low recoil, which makes it quite controllable at these ranges. It also lacks a high rate of fire of a close quarters weapon, however it also doesn't have the low rate of fire of a long range weapon, so it can handle itself in close quarters as well. And this is where many players will disagree with me here. They'll say that it's a bad gun, that you shouldn't stick with it as a new player, you should get something else. However, I view this as one of its strongest points. It's not particularly great at anything, but it's good at everything. And especially as a new player, you're still figuring out your playstyle. Do you want to be close quarters? Do you want to be long range? You don't know. And this weapon will support you no matter how you use it. It doesn't matter whether you want to be right up in your enemy's faces or 60 meters away. You'll still be able to consistently land your bullets no matter what way you want to use. And that is why I think that you should stick with the Pulsar VS1 and spend your certs elsewhere. Finally, we move on to the Solstice carbine, which is available to the light assault and engineer of the Vanu sovereignty. Once again, I do not have a review for this weapon either. However, Kamikaze78 once again comes to the rescue with an excellent review, a link to which you'll see on the screen now, and you should definitely go and check that out if you want a more in-depth guide on this weapon. Comparing it to other VS carbines, much like the Pulsar VS1, is very middle of the road. It can do everything, but it's not great at anything, which once again is one of its strongest points. It's got a decent hip fire and a decent rate of fire for close quarters, however it's also got not too high a rate of fire and not too high recoil for it to be used out to mid ranges. Like I keep on repeating, the Solstice will perform well in all situations you throw at it. You're not gonna have to work hard to get into the right situation for the Solstice, it's just gonna take the job you need done and do it, no problems. Which almost exactly like the Pulsar VS1, is the exact reason why I can recommend this gun. It's just a perfectly performing carbine no matter what you need it to do, and imagine how much fun you could have with a C4 light assault instead. That pretty much sums up why I think that you should stick with the default weapons for the Vanu sovereignty. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, especially if you're a new player, please feel free to give it a like. And if you have any thoughts on the default weapons to the Vanu sovereignty, or just on my presentation or anything I've said, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And finally, if you would like to help support the channel, as well as see more content as I get it out, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye from Jojo.